of what you're looking for is the story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Hello there, welcome to CoreTV News on the Hour. I am Gift Ogete. President Goodluck Jonathan has launched the 2015 Armed Forces Remembrance Day Emblem and Appeal Fund by paying tribute to soldiers at the front line of the war against insurgency in some parts of the country. He also maintained that the sacrifices of the gallant soldiers are a testimony to the country's determination to forge ahead as one and remain united. The lunch was held at the conference center of the Presidential Villa in Abuja.
Federal government will continue to show commitment to addressing the challenges facing our veterans. Of course, we listen to the chairman very attentively. To this end, we have recently implemented an increment in their pensions. We are also happy to note that the military pension scheme is now running efficiently. The Minister of Defense has been charged to come up with programs that will enhance the living standards of our veterans.
We are hopeful that we can, in the course of celebration, mobilize and increase in state and private contribution to surpass the previous years in order to augment what the government provides for the rehabilitation and the welfare of the armed forces.
The People's Democratic Party is holding its governorship primaries nationwide today. Already the stage is set as accreditation of delegates and journalists covering the exercise is ongoing. Security is also expected to be watertight in states where the primaries are expected to hold. As usual, our correspondents are on the field across the country to bring you updates as they unfold. The governorship primaries in Ogun State has kicked even though there was an initial widespread rumor that the exercise was cancelled. A report that the National Working Committee of the party wants the ongoing exercise stopped has been denied by the state chapter of the party. The name of one of the top aspirants and former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Dimeji Bankole, is missing from the list. But we now join Olajumoke Olatunji, who is online from Abeokuta, for more on the development. Hello, Jumoke. Hello, Jumoke.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, Jumoke. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's the situation like in Abeokuta right now?
At about 11 a.m. when we got here at the PDP Secretariat, there were speculations that the governorship primary election had been cancelled. Despite the heavy of security personnel. We spoke to the state chair and insisted that doing the National Working Committee primary election at Old, we needed an official statement asking him to stop the primary election, so he went ahead with it. And presently, we have 900 delegates here at the PDP Secretariat. It's presently holding, and the voting process has started. We also noticed that Dimeji Bankole is missing his name.
Is there any reason for that?
The delegate is given to us, and the state chairman said that the former speaker had never been one of the aspirants and not a recognized of the state PDP. Also, former President Olusegun Obasanjo has also shown the party primaries as one of the delegates.
Okay. Is everything peaceful there?
Hello?
Yeah, is it peaceful there? The atmosphere, is everything peaceful?
The voting process is still on.
Okay, no form of thuggery whatsoever there?
What did you say?
No thuggery, no form of fighting whatsoever, no disturbances. Hello, Jumoke. We lost the call there. Immediately we can reconnect to bring you updates as it concerns the primaries in Abeokuta, the PDP primaries. Former Minister in charge of Education, Nyesom Wike, has emerged the Rivers PDP governorship candidate for the 2015 election. Wike, who is widely seen as President Goodluck Jonathan's right-hand man, has before the primaries provoked controversies among party members in the Rivers PDP. He polled 1,083 votes to win the primaries. We'll bring you more as details unfold. Bauchi State Governor Issa Yuguda has emerged the People's Democratic Party senatorial candidate for Bauchi South. He polled 290 votes to defeat Sanusi Batan Tako, who withdrew from the primaries after casting his vote. The incumbent Senator Damo Gomba did not participate in the primaries after Yuguda had urged him to step down. The remaining senatorial district were won by Senator Abdul Nengi for Bauchi Senatorial and Farouk Mustafa, who is replacing Senator Babayo Gamawa, who stepped down to run for the governor seat. Abia State's Governor Theodore Oji has picked the ticket of the People's Democratic Party to contest for the Senate. On a day, one of the longest-serving members of the Senate, Uche Chukwumerije, lost out on his return bid. Oji polled 221 votes in an election that was boycotted by his sole opponent, Senator Nkechi Nwagu, on the grounds that the process was manipulated to favor the governor. Chukwumerije, for his part, lost to former member of the House of Representatives, Moa Onwabunwa, who won the PDP ticket for Abia North. Senator Enyinaya Baribe, who was eyeing the governor's seat, however, had an easy ride to pick the Abia South ticket. Lagos chapter of the People's Democratic Party has joined other state chapters of the party in holding its primaries to elect candidates to fly the party's flag in the senatorial elections in 2015. Oluwaseyi Adegoke, who was at the National Stadium Surulere venue for the Lagos Central Senatorial District primaries, filed in this report.
Apapa, Lagos Mainland, Etiosa, Lagos Island, and Surulere all form the Lagos Central Senatorial District, with 3 aspirants jostling for the ticket. After the delegates had voted, the results were announced. Adedo Sumo emerged the winner with 130 votes against Olumide Braithwaite and Hakeem Bajabiamila 7 and 83 respectively.
It's an election within the family, and I want to seize this opportunity to thank members of my party in this senatorial district for doing it again for me. If you recall, I was the candidate for the party in 2011 governorship election. I can only thank our members for reposing another confidence in me to fly the party's flag at the senatorial district.
The aspirants unanimously agreed that the exercise is a good sign for Nigeria's democracy.
Well, it went very smoothly. It was a fair contest. I came second, that's fine. I think the party continues to show its strength, which is that we are allowed to practice internal democracy. And it was a fair fight, it was a fair contest, and I believe that the candidate will lead the party in the right direction.
Very free, very fair, very peaceful, very well conducted, satisfactory results.
They unanimously agreed that the exercise is a good sign for Nigeria's democracy. Oluwaseyi Adegoke, CoreTV News, Lagos.
The All Progressives Congress House of Representatives primaries went without any hitch in Ekiti State. The primaries, which was keenly contested by aspirants, produced most candidates by election, while some were elected on consensus. Rashid minuted the primaries and filed in this report.
The opposition status of the All Progressives Congress in Ekiti State did not make the House of Representatives primaries fall short of its standard, as delegates trooped out en masse to vote for the candidates of their choice in respective constituencies across the state. Areas monitored by CoreTV News like Ekiti Central Constituency 1 in Ado Ekiti, Constituency 2 at Aramoko, Ekiti North Constituency 1 and Ekiti South Constituency 2 show a keenly contested primaries, but the whole exercise was described as hitch-free by the APC leadership.
It has been wonderful, it has been fantastic, it has been fair, it has been free. Our people are happy, and I know that all Nigerians watching the process will be happy with us. We are going to deliver the best, the choice of the people, not the people, the person that all the people agrees with is the one that's going to win this election.
In Ekiti Central Constituency 2, it was a walkover for Oyetunde Ojo as he emerged with consensus vote, though he agrees it's not going to be a tea party at the general elections.
Find our parties at the opposition level now in the state, but also their own contestant against me is also on the opposition. By the mandate given to me by the people, I am still the House of Rep member in this constituency. So I stand by, and I'm telling you, let's leave it till February 14th. But if you want to campaign against somebody, if you want to have a manifesto, I think from the opposition side, be it Labour, be it PDP, be it any party, you have to be a magician or a Jesus Christ or a Muhammad to defeat what is on the ground.
The case is, however, not the same at Ekiti South Constituency 2, as security agents had a hard time with the supporters of the aspirants contesting. The election, however, went ahead after a truce.
Without a shadow of doubt, this is a game whereby it's nothing but politics, whereby everybody should see themselves as one, irrespective of whatever. My calling to everybody would be, let us work for the interest of the party to make sure we succeed in the general elections, and that's exactly what we're all working for.
I have been relating well with other aspirants. We have been chatting, and we have been sharing experience, and we are all satisfied with the process, and I can assure you that we are going to work together. Thank you very much.
The APC Senate primaries is next in line with promises of the unknown. Rashid, CoreTV News.
Oyo State Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Akin Okeowo, has urged successful candidates at the primary stage to continue to work harder ahead of the 2015 general elections. The party chairman, who was at the Ibadan North Local Government Secretariat to observe the primaries of the House of Representatives, also commended party members for a good and peaceful conduct of the primary elections. Amotayo Alo, who monitored the APC House of Reps primaries in Ibadan, filed in this report.
It was again time for delegates of the All Progressives Congress to decide who their representative would be at the federal constituency through an internal democratic process. The primary elections, which started late in all the local government, was conducted peacefully. For Ibadan North and Ibadan North Southwest, the incumbent representatives once again emerged the party's candidate for the 2015 elections.
I have to work very hard. I need to even work harder now that I've gotten the ticket. I'm now the only one to go around proclaiming the programs of the party in my constituency. I've taken this task to be a very serious one. And God helping me, I'm sure I will be victorious.
We have been improving on what we call the true democracy in Nigeria. I think it's part of the process in going to general election. I think we've tried, and you can see that things are actually improving in Nigeria when it comes to primary elections in Nigeria.
For aspirants who lost, politics is not a do-or-die affair. They expressed willingness to stay faithful to the party regardless of the result of the primaries.
You either win or you lose. So there's nothing, I won't do anything. To me, you don't need to kill yourself over nothing. This life is too short for you to start doing all that.
It's not the end of the world, but one of us have to emerge. And I believe after the election, we are all going to come together as brothers, as united, to fight the enemy that we don't.
Advising successful candidates at the primaries, the Oyo APC chairman urges candidates not to relent as the real contest lies ahead of them at the 2015 polls.
The battle has just started. If you win primary
that does not mean you have won. So whoever emerges as candidate have a lot to do, particularly where we have so many aspirants. We need ourselves for the challenges ahead. And what are the challenges in Oyo State? Accord, PDP, and Labour.
As the All Progressives peacefully vote their candidates for the House of Representatives, the 2015 general elections will ultimately determine who takes possession of the 14 House of Representatives seats for Oyo State. Omotayo Alo, CoreTV News, Ibadan.
A pressure group in Lagos known as 90 Million Congress of Nigeria has called on Nigerians and Lagosians especially to choose credible candidates who have the interest of the masses at heart. Leader of the group, Samuel Adebisi, says the masses have suffered unduly under the democratic dispensation, urging people to close ranks to ensure they get what is right.
And if the masses cannot come together to use our fingers to advocate for the right candidate at the polls, we might continue to suffer. So Mission 90 Million Congress is our NGO, and that's our operational name. Actually, we registered as Mission 90 Million Club of Nigeria. So to mobilize minimum of 90 million Nigerians, to rebrand ourselves, to change our orientations, so that we can know that we should not wait for fraudulent politicians to steal money from one office or the other, to come and bribe us to vote for them, when we know that they will not represent the voice of the masses at any level.
Also called on members of all political parties to elect credible people to fly their flags in the 2015 elections, while also urging delegates of the All Progressives Congress to endorse the aspiration of Enoch Ajibosho by voting him as a candidate for the Lagos West Senatorial District of the party.
So many reports had come to me, more especially from Lagos West Senatorial District, that there is this man called Honorable Chief Enoch Kolapomoya Ajibosho, that very man, when he was the local government the local government chairman of Agege, he was very diligent, he was very passionate. He's not bothered about what he makes into his pocket, but he's bothered about the welfare of the masses. And as a result, I told my group if there is a way we can mobilize for such a person, because those are the kind of people that we want we want to represent the masses.
A pro-Buhari group has advised delegates to the presidential primary of the All Progressives Congress to shun any aspirant who attempts to induce them financially. This, according to Buhari Youth Congress for Change, is because the act is capable of affecting the chances of the party in the 2015 presidential election. The group said this in a statement jointly signed by its leaders from northern Nigeria, Adamo Unguru, Bashir Hotoro, and Hafan Gombe, and made available to journalists in Kaduna on Sunday. The youth group maintained that Muhammad Buhari has all it takes to end the lingering insurgency, insecurity, and as such, as the type of candidate APC needs to wrest power from the People's Democratic Party. The group also wants eligible voters to ensure they get their permanent voter cards, while also urging those who have not registered to go out and do so. It's CoreTV News on the hour. We'll take a break. Stay with us.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on Digit 360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
Welcome back. It's CoreTV News on the hour. Do not forget, you can also catch us on our social media platforms. On Facebook, facebook.com/CoreTV News. On Twitter @CoreTV News NG. And on YouTube, it's youtube.com/CoreTV with a space news. The presidency says, contrary to what many might believe, Nigeria is winning the war on corruption under President Goodluck Jonathan's watch. Senior Special Assistant to the President on Public Affairs, Doyin Okukwe, made this known in a statement made available to journalists in Abuja. has set the nation movement from the 144th position of Transparency International's Corruption Perception Index last year to 136th position this year. It's a clear indication that a lot has been done by this administration in the anti-corruption fight. It says that when the organization gave its verdict in 2013, Nigerians held the view that the federal government was not doing enough to fight corruption. The administration had assured that the Jonathan administration remained focused in its determination to completely eradicate corruption in public service. It said the latest TI rating was a proof that Jonathan's effort in the fight against corruption continues to yield positive results. This, he said, was what the Jonathan administration had been doing, and that was the template adopted by countries like Denmark and New Zealand, who are at the top of the TI index. The Comptroller General of Prisons, Peter Ekbendu, says 211 of the 270 inmates released by gunmen that invaded the medium security prison in Niger State are still on the run, while 64 of them have been rearrested. Ekbendu made this disclosure while briefing newsmen on the situation of the prison following the attack by the gunmen, during which prison guards were overpowered. While appreciating the complementary efforts of the Army, Police, SSS, and other security agencies in stabilizing the security of the area, Ekbendu said such parties have been dispatched and spread over the state to apprehend the fleeing inmates. While ordering that investigation had commenced into the attack, he ruled out the involvement of Boko Haram in the attack. After initial denying ownership of the weapon-laden plane detained at the Kano airport, Russia has admitted that it indeed owns the plane. It also insisted that the weapons belong to France. The Russian embassy in Nigeria disclosed this through its Twitter handle. A translation of several tweets sent out by the embassy showed that the plane was chartered by France to airlift the weapons, which include 2 helicopters for its peacekeeping consignment in Chad. It's CoreTV News on the hour. We'll take another break. Stay with us.
From time immemorial, women have birthed life, shaped character, and by extension, influenced the society. Moremi of Ife, Emoten of Benin, Queen Aminat of Zaria, all women of influence and power.
Whether it's before election, after election.
How ironical. Women being so powerful, yet have few grounds in decision making.
They see you as a wife, and I see you as a wife to a man.
We are talking women in politics.
A woman will be bold enough to stand up and say, I want to become president of Nigeria.
Only on CoreTV News. ECOWAS chiefs of defense staff are to hold an extraordinary session in Accra, Ghana, to brainstorm on how to strengthen regional response against the Ebola outbreak in the West African sub-region. The meeting is at the instance of regional leaders who, at their extraordinary summit on Ebola in the Ghanaian capital on November 6th, urged member states to contribute military personnel and logistics to support medical staff on the field. Participate in the construction of additional treatment centers as well as ensure security. The defense chiefs are also to discuss a range of contributions, including pledges by member states and deployment of military personnel to Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone. The meeting comes on the heels of the deployment of the first batch of ECOWAS volunteer health workers to the 3 countries after training in Accra. And that's our news for this hour. Join us again. I am Gift or Gete.